bringing you news and information from around the Pacific Command. This is your AFN Pacific Report.
Thanks for joining us on this edition of AFN Pacific Report. I'm Senior Airman Therese Garnier. More than 27,000 Americans and Australians are set to take part in Exercise Talisman Sabre 2013 in Australia beginning Monday, July 15th. The exercise will focus on training a combined task force in a possible conflict scenario. U.S. Pacific Command units and Australian forces will conduct land, sea, and air drills. The Talisman Sabre exercise series is designed to enhance collaboration in support of future combined operations, humanitarian emergencies, and natural disasters. The exercise also demonstrates the closeness of the Australian and U.S. alliance. A group of soldiers in Korea put their combative skills on the line to see if they had what it takes to earn a higher certification level.
Over 100 soldiers will be tested at a combatives class on Camp Hovey. Those who pass receive a Level 3 certification. One student has used combatives throughout his career and is very passionate about the program.
Every soldier needs to learn how to defend themselves hand to hand because bullets run out.
This month-long course focuses on the finer aspects of teaching. Once the students have their Level 3 certification, they'll be able to teach the first level of combatives to soldiers in their units. This ability is important to this California native.
I personally have taken down many enemy fighters. One case in hand was, we went into a building that we thought was clear already. And half my team went upstairs and I was downstairs clearing, and there was actually an enemy fighter hiding under the stairs. And he jumped out and he tackled me. And I was in a position where I had to ask for help because my weapon was pinned in between me. And while that enemy fighter was reaching for his weapon, another one of my soldiers came down and peeled him off using combatives techniques.
So did combatives save your life?
That's a good statement. The ability for the soldiers to know just basic combatives and be able to pull the enemy off of me was basically saved my life. I think the combatives program is completely necessary across the Army. This is a no-fail. That's what I'd like to say about that.
Army Sergeant Tan Pham, Camp Hovey, Korea.
The U.S. Republic of Korea alliance is seen as a cornerstone to stability on the Korean peninsula. Reflecting that alliance, U.S. Air Force fighter pilots at Kunsan Air Base share the runway with ROK Air Force fighter pilots, but they don't always get to train and fly together. But there are occasions when they do.
The Buddy Wing program is a 7th Air Force directive that allows United States and Republic of Korea airmen to exchange ideas and tactics and the chance to work and fly side by side.
It one solidifies that we have a shared set of tactics and standards that we have amongst both countries, but it also brings to light different ways of doing things.
They take our enemies' tactics into account when they executing and planning the mission.
Although flying with another country can be challenging,
I think it's great in learning how to communicate, especially with language barriers.
I'm very excited about tomorrow's mission, and the other end is just a little bit nervous.
This type of training builds relationships.
It makes them more of a person than just an entity out there as being the ROKAF, but they're actually people that we now know.
The Buddy Wing program takes place quarterly, rotating participants between fighter squadrons. Staff Sergeant Alyssa LeBay, Kunsan Air Base, Korea.
Serving in Japan brings with it all sorts of unique opportunities and challenges. One of those challenges is dealing with typhoons. With that in mind, a group of sailors at Sasebo hit the classroom to become certified to work in the Emergency Operations Center.
Sailors in Sasebo spent a week getting certified to work in the Emergency Operations Center.
Some of the things they learned during the course is how to do a proper crisis assessment. So if there is an emergency on the installation, how to get information about that emergency, how to process that information, and how to develop objectives of how they want to assist the installation in managing that emergency. This training is critical, especially at installations like Sasebo in Japan, which is prone to a myriad of disastrous events such as earthquakes, typhoons, tsunamis. So having personnel on the installation that can manage those crises is critical.
At the end of the week, EOC course participants accepted their diplomas along with the added responsibility of keeping CFAS safe. Petty Officer Che Rose, Fleet Activities, Sasebo, Japan.
Ships are constantly coming in and out of Tokyo Bay, and like most ports, a team of tugboats are ready to guide them in. Petty Officer Kirk Putnam explains why a tugboat crew at Yokosuka Naval Base is unlike any other.
Whenever a U.S. Navy ship like the USS George Washington wants to leave a port, tugboat support is vital. But here at Yokosuka Naval Base, you'll find a crew that is the last of its kind. Port Operations Commander Fleet Activities Yokosuka is the only tugboat fleet that is piloted and operated purely by Navy personnel.
It is the last Navy tugboat fleet. We still have tugboats that the Navy own, but they're all manned by civilian contractors. This is the last U.S. Navy sailors that we do all the maintenance, we do all the jobs, we do everything on our own.
The crew is always on call to accommodate unexpected ship delays or arrivals, so the staff of the last Navy tugboat fleet is always ready. Petty Officer Kirk Putnam, Yokosuka Naval Base, Japan.
Coming up, getting ready for typhoons in Guam. But first, let's take a look around the Pacific Command in today's snapshots.
Sailors unload an auxiliary power unit from a C-17 Globemaster in preparation for exercise Talisman Sabre 2013 in Australia. A UH-1 Huey helicopter takes off from the flight deck of USS Bonhomme Richard during routine operations in the Coral Sea. Service members distribute clothing to the local community during Pacific Partnership 2013 in the Marshall Islands. And that's a look around the Pacific Command in today's snapshots.
Guam lies within a broad area considered to be a normal breeding ground for tropical cyclones in the western North Pacific Ocean. Although most storms affecting Guam are still in the development stage, the island has been hit by several full-strength typhoons, including super typhoons. That's why every year the Navy conducts a typhoon drill on Guam.
U.S. Naval Base Guam kept its commitment to supporting service members during this year's Typhoon Paxu exercise. While the operational portion of the exercise was simulated, a full-scale emergency family assistance center was assembled to showcase the post-disaster efforts of the Navy.
Exercise Typhoon Paxu is our annual typhoon preparedness and recovery exercise. We utilize this time every year to work with our DoD partners and also work in conjunction with our local government partners to run through our various checklists of preparation, and then also work through some events where we actually recover from damage from typhoons and different scenarios that we would be encountered with post-typhoon. The EFAC is the Emergency Family Assistance Center, and it's set up to support the military family with a large list of support mechanisms to include administrative support, counseling support, legal support, etc.
I feel much better knowing that there's programs available for sailors in trouble after natural disasters. It's very important since I'm over here by myself and I don't have much family to support, and there's a lot of support here. A lot of programs to keep everyone's morale up and look out for everyone's well-being.
For Joint Region Marianas, I'm Petty Officer Corwin Colbert.
It's widely believed among enlisted members of the Air Force that Technical Sergeant is the hardest rank to make. A group of new Tech Sergeant selects gathered on Yokota to celebrate getting over that most difficult of hurdles.
Airmen and families on Yokota Air Base gathered to congratulate newly selected technical sergeants. The fifth stripe is often said to be the most difficult rank to obtain in the Air Force.
Only 15% made tech, so it was a cut down of about 3,500 people. Very difficult to make this year.
Crowd members from each selectee squadron shared cheers, laughs, and excitement for their co-workers. With that excitement comes new accountability in and out of the workplace.
Joseph Nelson.
Means I get more money, of course, and more responsibility. It's not a whole lot more work on the aircraft, just a lot more paperwork and administrative type work.
Prior enlisted Captain Karina Glover advises those who didn't make the final cut this time to keep their heads up and look forward to the next opportunity.
I understand that initially, when the news comes out, it can be a little bit disappointing, but they need to turn that disappointment into just extra motivation to push themselves extra hard to get back in that book, to keep volunteering for those leadership opportunities, to get with their mentors and just soak up everything they can soak up, and don't let this be a downer.
But today, these future tech sergeants can celebrate their achievements with those close to them. Petty Officer Stephen Jackson, Yokota Air Base, Japan.
Many people aspire to be a millionaire. Marine Corporal Tyler Mitchell has found one young entrepreneur on Okinawa who is on track to make his first million before he turns 20.
Adrian may seem like your typical website designer. He creates and posts tutorial videos and reviews on new computer technology. It's just the daily grind for this innovative designer who's always looking at what to do next.
I did everything I did on my own. My family was definitely supportive, but none of them were into technology.
Hey, it's Lake Recruitment. I'm just
He started his first business making online tutorials to solve common computer problems. Back then it was just him, a camera, and an idea.
The camera quality back then, wow.
He may look young in his first video, and that's because Adrian started when he was 12. Now that he's 18, he's uploaded more than 1,000 videos and sold the rights to his first company for a number in the six figures.
Then you have to let the battery drain. Now this can be a pain just because you can't even see.
One of the best things you can do here on this earth is impact others, and I really believed in that. And to me, it's what I realized early though, it wasn't really about the money, because if I kept on chasing just money in the business, I could keep on going. You can have $1 billion, you can have $1 million. You'll never have enough if you chase the money.
Adrian is a 2013 senior at Kubasaki High School, a Department of Defense school in Okinawa, Japan. He's now looking forward to his dreams, graduating into a career.
I hope to be an example that you can do which you're really passionate about. And yeah, it's not easy.
I gotta go graduate, so thank you all.
Marine Corporal Tyler Mitchell, Okinawa, Japan.
That's it for this newscast. From all of us here at AFM Pacific, thanks for watching.